Welcome, everybody. This is Darren Cunningham, VP of Marketing at Komprise. And today I'm joined by Ramesh Kumar, the head of product and solutions for AWS Snow Family of services at Amazon Web Services. Hey, Ramesh, thanks for joining me.
Hey there, Darren. Thanks for having me today, and I'm happy to talk to you about how Komprise and the Snow family of services can help our customers.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a really interesting conversation. Again, thanks for joining. I know you're a very busy person and really appreciate the partnership and collaboration. So, like you said, we're going to talk about our newest integration that really is focused on helping our customers migrate data to AWS using AWS Snowball. And so for those of you who don't know Komprise, just a quick advertisement, summary of who we are and what we do. It's really important to highlight that we're an AWS migration and modernization competency partner. We've spent, actually, 4 or 5 years working closely with AWS and really following best practices to support storage services. And there's a long list from Amazon EFS to FSX, S3, including S3 Glacier, flexible retrieval, Glacier instant retrieval storage classes. So we've really worked closely over the last number of years to help our customers really accelerate that migration of data to the cloud. Now, we are an analytics, data management, and mobility platform. And what we're going to talk about is some of the benefits of a data-driven approach to cloud migration. So Ramesh, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you found yourself at AWS?
Sure. Thanks, Darren. So, I'm an electrical engineer, got my graduate degree in electrical engineering focused on communication systems. And for many years, I worked in the semiconductor industry where customers would build equipment for the edge, for communication, for defense applications, for data migration. And so that was really great. But I wanted to get to being closer to our customers. And AWS, at scale, AWS provides services that includes hardware and software that helps our customers deploy and run their operations at the edge, capture and move large amounts of data from anywhere, the edge or the on-premises location. So AWS Snow Family was a great fit in providing those at-scale services to our customers to operate at the edge. So that's what brought me to AWS. And I've been in AWS for over 3 years now, and really enjoy helping our customers run their applications anywhere.
That's fantastic. So you mentioned the Snow family. I think it'd be interesting for our viewers, our listeners, to really get an understanding of the genesis of that, how it uniquely solves customer data migration use cases. So can you kind of give us a little background on the AWS Snow family?
For sure. I'd be happy to talk to you about Snow Family, Darren. I think I can spend the whole day talking about the AWS Snow Family. So if you think about it, for our customers, as they're transitioning their workloads and their applications and bringing their data to the cloud, it's a big effort for them to move all that data from their on-premises locations or maybe even rugged edge locations to AWS. And so way back at reInvent 2015, the Snow service started with our Snow family started with the first Snow service called Snowball. And it simply was a physical, rugged data storage box that we would ship to the customer's location. Customers would simply copy their data to the Snowball device, ship it back to AWS, and we'd import or ingest the data into the customer's S3 bucket. And from there, we started seeing how customers wanted some more edge compute capabilities on that device to maybe dedupe or transform their data, or maybe run some data management and data copy applications like the Komprise application on the Snow device. So that allowed us to bring some edge compute capability onto those Snow devices in addition to data migration. And what the recent trends we've seen from our customers is they no longer want to move tens of terabytes of data with Snowball and Snowball Edge and the Snow services. They want to move many petabytes of data. And I think we've got to make it easier for our customers, easier, faster, simpler to move many petabytes of data. For the few customers who can move 100 petabytes of data, we've got Snowmobile. But for most customers, they have to use many Snowball Edge devices, multiple rounds to copy their multiple petabytes of data and bring that to AWS. And that's where I think Komprise can come in. The Komprise set of tools for automation, management, audit, tracking can really help our customers move that many petabytes of data from their location to AWS.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you mentioned just the volumes of data. I mean, what we think about at Comprise is helping you first with an analytics centric approach. So really understanding, what data you have before you actually move that data. And what we find is a lot of organizations, they think, oh, let's just lift and shift. But I do think organizations are getting smarter about it as this cloud acceleration, continues, cloud migration acceleration. So our approach is absolutely take an analytics first approach. We have an open scale out architecture. So we're really built for sort of massive data volumes. And we deliver data in, file and object data. We call it file and object data duality. So we give you data in native format to the destination. So not locked into a proprietary box or some sort of filing system that you can't get access to. So that's really been our approach. And now, working with you and your team, we're really talking about how to take those learnings, everything we've done for sort of more, I wouldn't call it necessarily traditional data management and mobility, but really thinking about how to work with you all on these offline migrations. And that's really, the conversation we want to have is, when it comes to Snowball, like what are some of the use cases that you see as good fits for a data management and mobility platform like Komprise?
Yeah, so Dan, thanks for walking through the capabilities of Komprise, and we're really excited about all those capabilities with the analytics and the automation, because when we look at customers, and I think the primary use case and the challenge that our customers face is moving those multiple petabytes of data to AWS. And if you think about it, a single Snowball Edge can support 80 terabytes of data. So customers literally have to use multiple Snowball Edge devices to complete their data migration project for these large multi-petabyte data migrations. So when you look at that use case, I think having the Komprise tools for analytics, automation, and tracking would really simplify and ease our customers' data migration, right? They can use Komprise along with the Snow Data Manager tools to plan their migration up front, even before they start migrating the data. If you've got 10 petabytes of data to move, that's about 125 Snowball Edge devices. So how do you go segment that data so that it's created in those 80 terabyte chunks? And the Komprise tools help the customer go discover that data, chunk it into 80 terabyte chunks. And then when the Snowball Edge devices are shipped to the customer's site, now you can use Komprise to copy the correct set of data to the correct set of devices, track it and manage it. All the way through the migration, right? When the devices are shipped back to AWS, the data is ingested. And a lot of times when you look at this amount of data that's moved, whether it's object data or file data, customers, in addition to moving the data itself, really need to move the metadata and all the metadata associated with that data. So again, Komprise helps with that. So it's not just moving the raw object files or object data. It's also making sure the metadata is migrated with those applications, right? So kind of to summarize that, when you look at it, it's your file metadata is preserved during migration, and this could be either NFS or SMB type of data sets. And managing these large migrations in parallel, that's a second area where Komprise can help. Most customers will only take in 5 to 10 Snowball Edge devices at a time. So in addition to managing the data copy across 5 or 10 Snowball Edge devices, you have to think about multiple rounds of these migrations to, complete that, say, 10 petabyte of data migration. And yeah, and when you look at the project as a whole, multiple rounds of multiple devices at a time to help customers manage it, plan it, track it. That's where Komprise, working with the Snow tools and Snowball Edge, really helps our customers to manage that entire life cycle of that large data migration.
That's a really, really good summary. I mean, the bottom line, I mean, is customers, they don't do migrations full time, right? It's something they have to do in addition to their day job. I mean, there's this, how do you try to bring simplicity to that and accelerate, as we mentioned, kind of accelerate that movement of the right data to the right place at the right time? So our approach is, like you said, I mean, trying to bring simplicity to what's typically quite complex, and then being able to add more Snowball devices easily in a rolling manner. That's definitely something I've heard from customers as being really interesting. So let me ask you this, Ramesh. Have you seen, like, what has been the impact of working with a partner like Komprise with Snowball customers, with AWS customers?
Yeah, so I think, Darren, you said it well. In addition to these migration projects, or I should say multi-petabyte migration projects over many weeks and maybe even a few months, being a large, complex project, to your point, these are not something that the customer does on an ongoing basis. It's usually occasionally when they're maybe moving a large data set or closing down a data center to move all that data to AWS. So what we've seen is when the Komprise management tools and the automation tools and analytics are integrated with Snowball Edge and helps customers, it makes it really easy and seamless for our customers. They don't have to worry about it's 10 petabytes of migration, as in that example I gave before, across tens of Snowball Edge devices. They see it as a single project where the Komprise tools with the Snow Data Manager tools and Snowball Edge can manage the complexity of the project, manage the fact that they've got multiple devices that they have to copy the data to on an individual basis, and track all that data and move the metadata along with the object and file data. So Komprise makes it simple and very seamless for our customers, and just takes away that complexity for them. So that's really helped our customers say, complete the project, but not only complete the project, but complete it on time. Many times our customers are looking to shut down a colo facility or a data center, so they have a time crunch and they cannot take many months to move that many petabytes of data offline to AWS.
That's fantastic. Well, that's a really great summary. I just want to thank you again, Ramesh, for all of your expertise, your partnership, your perspectives, and on how Komprise can help your customers. I mean, that's really what it's all about, is helping these customers be more successful with their large-scale AWS Snowball migrations. So thanks for joining us today. Really appreciate it. And thanks to everyone else who's been listening in, watching. You can learn more about Komprise for AWS at komprise.com/AWS. Thanks, Ramesh.
Thank you, Darren. And I'm looking forward to helping more customers with Komprise and Snow.